Okay, let's talk about something we see literally everywhere. I mean, they're in every piece of art, every design, every letter you're reading right now. They're so fundamental that we barely even notice them. You guessed it, I'm talking about the line. It's one of the 7 core elements of art, the most basic building block of, well, everything visual. And, as we're about to see, its power is anything but simple.
You know, the painter Paul Klee absolutely nailed it with this quote. A line isn't just some static mark on a page. It's a journey. It's movement captured in space. It's the path from point A to point B. And that path is just full of potential and intention.
And that's the big question, right? Where can that little walk actually take us? From a super quick sketch to a complex architectural blueprint, that single walking dot can build entire worlds. It can express our deepest emotions, and it can even give precise instructions without a single word. So come on, let's follow its path.
Every artist, and I don't care if you're just starting out or you've been a master for decades, has a basic toolkit of lines they rely on. So let's break down 3 of the most essential types, the ones that form the basis for pretty much all drawing.
First up, we've got the gestural line. Okay, think of this as the artist's first impression. It's fast, it's loose, and it's totally liberating. You're not worried about getting everything perfect. You're just trying to capture the energy, the core feeling, the movement of your subject. It's a fantastic way to start, to keep your work feeling dynamic and alive.
Now this is where it gets really interesting, because you can build on that gestural start. Enter the contour line. This one's much more deliberate. It's not just the outside edge of an object, it's a line that travels across the surface, describing its shape, its curves, its volume. This is how a flat drawing suddenly starts to feel three-dimensional, like you could almost reach out and touch it.
And then there's my personal favorite, the implied line. This is probably the cleverest of them all. This is where the artist intentionally leaves gaps and lets your brain do the work of connecting the dots. It's such a powerful tool. It suggests form and movement with just a few carefully placed marks, which means you, the viewer, become an active participant in actually creating the image. Pretty cool, right?
So we know lines can describe form. That's a given. But did you know they can also make us feel something? Yeah, there's this hidden emotional code baked into the very nature of a line, a subconscious language our brains just instantly understand.
And this illustrates it perfectly. We just instinctively associate smooth, curved lines with things like happiness and calmness. They feel organic, they flow. But jagged lines? Oh, they feel abrupt, aggressive, maybe even angry. It's no accident that brands like Google use soft, rounded letters to seem friendly, while a heavy metal band's logo is going to use sharp, jagged lines to scream intensity.
The direction of a line matters too, a lot. Horizontal lines feel stable, peaceful, kind of like the horizon at sunset, but they can also feel a bit stagnant. Vertical lines, on the other hand, they shoot upwards. They suggest strength, vitality, growth. Just think about it. A horizontal feed on your phone feels calm and browsable, but a vertical bar chart showing profits feels aspirational and full of energy.
But if you want real energy, I mean real action, you need diagonals. These are the most dynamic lines in an artist's entire arsenal. They are inherently unstable, and that instability suggests motion, action, and dynamism. It's exactly why sports brands like Nike and Adidas build their whole identity around diagonal lines. Their logos feel like they're already moving. Okay, so this emotional code is incredibly powerful. But what happens when you need a line to be purely logical, with zero ambiguity? Well, that's when the line transforms from a tool of expression into a precise, universal language. And you see this especially in fields like architecture and engineering. See, in a technical drawing, there is absolutely no room for misinterpretation. Every single line, its thickness, its pattern, whether it's dashed or solid, has a standardized meaning. It's a whole system designed to communicate really complex information with absolute clarity, no words needed. So you've got to know the vocabulary, right? A solid line shows you what's visible, the outlines of an object. A hidden line made of short little dashes tells you what's hiding behind a surface. Longer dashed lines, those show things that are located above, like a beam or a canopy. And a center line, with that classic alternating long and short dash pattern, marks the exact center of an object. It's a whole language.
And here, you can see that language in action. In this blueprint, the heavy, solid lines are the walls you can see. The dashed lines might represent a structural beam overhead or maybe a foundation hidden below. Every single mark is a piece of data, and they all come together to form a complete set of instructions for building something real.
So the line isn't just a tool.
It's also a storyteller. The way we've used the line throughout human history reflects how we see the world and how that vision has dramatically changed over time. Let's take a quick trip.
You know, back in ancient Egypt, lines were all about creating a sense of divine order and structure. Fast forward to the Renaissance, and they became this incredible tool for scientific discovery. Then, modern art just blew the whole thing apart, breaking and distorting the line to express inner psychology. And today, in our digital age, the line is being reinvented all over again.
All of this brings us right up to today. That dot is still walking, but now its journey has moved from paper and canvas right onto our screens, completely transformed by technology.
The whole creative process has just fundamentally changed. Artists now use graphics tablets to sketch freely. Then they jump into vector software to create perfectly clean, infinitely scalable lines. This digital toolkit offers a level of precision and flexibility that was just, well, it was unimaginable with traditional tools.
And just look at the result. This modern architectural rendering, it's built from countless digital lines. They're clean, they're precise, and they create a perfect photorealistic vision of a space before a single brick has even been laid. It's the evolution of that old hand-drawn blueprint into a whole new digital language.
So when you think about it, from the very first marks on a cave wall to the complex algorithms that generate entire virtual worlds, the line has been our constant companion. It's defined our art, our science, and our reality. That simple dot on a wall has taken us on an absolutely incredible journey. The only real question left is, where is it going to take us tomorrow?